Welcome to Introduction to Business offered by College of Lake County. My name is Dr. George Mochocki, and this is week two. You made it through the first week. Congratulations. Now what do we have? For some of you, you're still a little bit falling behind, but catch up right away. Don't wait too long because week one will be turned off. So remember, all your works can start at weekly module. So right now, week one is still open. This is going to be turned off by Wednesday. So if you haven't completed, it's not like most of your online classes where you can do whenever you want and I'll do it at the end of the semester. Your weekly assignments are open for the week and they turn off for the week. So once that week is done, just like at work, your work is done, you missed the due dates, you're moving forward. No coming back. I know some individuals will call me and say, Dr. George, I'm going on vacation, I'll be gone for a week. Do I get any extra points? Did I talk to you? This is not like at work where if you're off sick, I bring another body in to replace your functionality that you're doing at work. If you're not in this class, not being active, you're not learning. If for something happens that you get sick, then you're going to be gone for an extended period of time, I would talk to my counselor and see if they could give you a hardship withdrawal out of the class. Because this isn't like you can make up the work. You're either doing the work or you're not doing the work. All right. So week one's going to close by Wednesday. Make sure you already done your connect, your homework, and your quizzes. You should be all done. Your form last week was very informal, and many of you were talking back and forth. I had a rubric attached to it. This week is going to be a graded form. It's going to be, we're going to go right to the meat of it. Remember, this is a 16-week course that's being condensed into 8 weeks. So this week you're going to be identifying your research topic, because going forward, because we're doing like 3 chapters or 4 chapters a week to finish all 20 chapters within an 8-week period. You're getting the same units or same credit as if you was taking this class as a 16-week face-to-face or a 16-week online, or it's a hybrid class. So this is a summer class within the winter time. Okay, so finish everything else week one. It closes off. Going forward, once week 2 ends at Sunday midnight, it's turned off. You go into week 3. So if you for some reason are falling behind, don't worry. It's gone. It's finished. Work on your points forward. You have enough points to still get you that B or A, maybe, if you get going forward. But those who have been doing the work and signing up and doing the work going forward, you will be able to achieve your A, B, C, D, or F, depending on what you really want out of this class. Okay, so we're going to go into week 2. Week 2 right now for you may not be open. Now, I'm teaching several classes, late start, 800 or 805 or 806 series. So I'm just going to combine you together instead of just doing separate YouTube. So I basically have 2 sections at the same time. And so when I'm talking these quick weekly YouTubes, I'm addressing both groups. Okay, so we're going to go, and this one here I'm going in 805. Next time when I'm doing my weekly, I'll be 804. So you must think he's only picking an 805 or he's only picking an 804. Same class, same time period. It's just that I can only have 30 students within one course period, and one section, so I have 2 sections running simultaneously. Okay, so we're going to go into week 2. You're going to look at this video. This is an updated video, so this is an old one. You're going to have to short print this out. It just tells you everything that is required. It's in a hard copy. So here's what I do. Here's my Connect homework. Here's my quizzes, and it explains it verbally what you need to do. Let's see. Week 2 is short. Oh, excuse me. These are my short lecture YouTube. Before you do the connect or anything else, what I've been doing, like last week, I will have these lecture YouTubes. You can click on them and it takes you right into a mini lecture. So here it is. And this is a lecture that's created within College of Lake County's linkage. So this is on their servers. You come in here, you plug in here, and it'll tell you, you hear me talking, you can move me, you can stop me, you could go anywhere you want. Remember, I open up in this, so when you have the second tier or second level of your mind maps, you could come in here and see what did Dr. George say as an overview. It's like flipping a classroom. If you have been in my class live, this is what you would have heard within the first 20 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to go out of this one back in here, and then we're going to go back into our weekly assignments. Right, I'm going to go back in here, and so you have one for each chapter 15 or 20 minutes explaining the chapter. Then you're going to go into the Connect software. The Connect software, you already logged in week 1. You won't need to pass. You go in there and you'll do your Connect software or your Learn Smart, which is a part of Connect. So let me go into our weekly homework assignment. And so you'll have these lectures. You have the overview. You'll print out, see how you're going to be able to achieve 79 points or 80 points, whatever it's worth. You have one form this week. You have your 2 Connect homework like you found before. And last week, one is going to be Connect on Chapter 3. It's a regular Connect. It's like a presentation, kind of building on what I've done in my presentation, only from the publisher's perspective, and asking you some questions. On the Connect homeworks, you always have 2 tries. The first try will allow you to, you do the first try, and then when you finally hit submit, I'm done with it. You would submit, you'll get a score. And you get a score, and it'll tell you which answers you got right and which ones you got wrong. That's all it tells you. You say, man, the score's out of 15. I only received 5. I want to get it better. Take it again. So you go back into Connect, click back in here. You already used up your one time, your one life, for lack of a better word. If you all right, and then you take it again. And now this time you ask the different questions. You ask the same questions. You may have a little different questions because the software will adjust how you responded before. And then when you okay, I'm finished, you hit the submit. You have as long as you want, as long as you're in that thing before you hit the submit. You could take all day, all night if you want. Once you hit the submit the second time, it's going to rescore it. It's going to look at your score. It's going to give you your correct and your wrong answer, and now it'll provide you full feedback so you can learn. And now you'll go, if there was a quiz associated with this one. This week I didn't because there's a lot of work going on. Remember, sometimes the Connects, you'll have all 3 Connects and all 3 quizzes, or you'll have, like in this case, you have 1 Connect. And now this time for week 2, I gave you a Learn Smart. A Learn Smart you could take as many time as you want. Well, you don't really take as many time as you want. Here's how to Learn Smart work. It's part of the McGraw-Hill Connect platform, only a different way of taking the same information and teaching you more of an integrated way. So look into the Connect, what's required to Connect Learn Smart. You'll just keep on taking it until you don't take it anymore. That means you know the answer. So you'll take the answers and it'll ask you, and all of a sudden it won't ask you the question because you answered it. But going down within the Connect, I think I have it set for a half an hour. So you should take a half an hour or longer. It depends how you respond to the answers. So if you answered it, it took you 3 times to get the correct answer at the beginning within the Learn Smart. As you're going halfway through, all of a sudden it's going to pop the same question. See, do you really know it? That's how you're going to learn. It's not to make it hard for you. It's for you, it is for you to actually learn. Most systems, when you're taking computer classes within the workforce, and they're using their workforce, are set up this way. So they want to make sure you know the task. So what you're being exposed here is not only learning this task, chapter 5, which is different types of businesses that you're going to need for your the feasibility study. You're also going to need it for different classes you're going to take. Remember, this is a foundational class, so I want to make sure you understand it. That's why Connect, Learn Smart, they're all tied together. You already paid for it. Is required for this class, and it's 40% to 33% of your overall grade. This is how you're going to learn. Okay, so we finished the Connect. I go back to my weekly assignment. I've done my Connect. I looked at my, got my overview. I've done my Connect. I'm just going over so you understand it. I've done the Connect. I have only 1 quiz. Sometimes you have, like last week, you had 2 quizzes, 2 Connect. This week you're going to have 1 quiz. Since I made you do 2 Connects on Chapter 3 and Chapter 5, I'm going to give you a break since you're going to try to come up with an idea for your feasibility and for everyone to catch up. You only have 1 quiz. Remember, the Blackboard quiz is a one-time deal. When you go to Blackboard, once you start it, you have to complete it. You have 50 minutes to your time. After the 50 minutes that's over, then that's it. You get your score. If during the time you get kicked out, you call me back and say, Dr. George, I got kicked out. I'll reset it. When I reset it, you have to take the full 15 questions over again. You could sit next to your partner. You can do whatever you want. But here's how this works. It comes out of a pool of 50 questions. So if you're sitting with somebody else because you think you're going to cheat and you're going to all work on the quiz together, you're both going to have different questions. You may have the same questions, but the answers are going to be changed a little bit different. That's the nice way of doing online, and to make sure make sure that it is you taking the test. Make sure that it is credible and make sure that you're learning something. So remember, the blackboard is completely different, has nothing to do with the Connect, and it works a little differently. So you're at least exposed to blackboard quizzes, because your final exam is going to be a blackboard quiz, and it's a department of a blackboard quiz. So I want you to learn how to work within Blackboard and work within the software. Okay, so we finished that. I keep on. If you notice, you don't have to always go back here to the weekly assignment. Up on top here, it'll take you back to the weekly assignment. So now I've done the quizzes, I've done this, I've done the looked at the mind maps. Remember, you could always print them out. You have the link. This is just a link that you have them in here. You take it up and you have your PowerPoint presented. And now I'm going to do the form. The form is going to be a little different. It's still the same form. It's a graded form. Last time some of you were very lacking in the forms. You posted one, hi, my name is George, my name is Sally, my name is whatever my name is. And you never talk to anyone. How are you going to introduce yourself? In business, you're going to meet people that you have to learn how to meet people that you may not intentionally go out to meet, because they walk into your door. How do I make that connection? How do I deal with customers? How do I deal with different people I'm working with? How do I deal with other stakeholders that are working in my area, other businesses? So you have to learn how to connect with other people. So here's your feasibility. This week you're going to be talking about your topic. You don't have time. You don't have time. You have a major paper that's due. It's a feasibility. It's the first portion of a full business plan. Look on here where it says feasibility information. I have someplace in here. Weekly. Let's see. Feasibility research paper. You have points in here. I'm not going to make you do a PowerPoint like I do in my other online classes, because it's a little 16 weeks. I may throw that in, maybe some extra points. I'm not sure yet. But your feasibility paper, 150 points. This is the first portion before I decide to open up a full business, or I expand another market, or I expand a new product line. So you're going to come up any product, any market, any business that you're thinking of, open up, or you're in a business and you want to expand. So before you do the full business plan and find out all the major detail, you're doing research. And in research, who's my customers? Can I make some money? How much am I going to charge? Where I'm going to open up? These are all details, but these are all research data you're going to be pulling up, or either coming up out of your mind, making it up. Not the research data, not your customer base, but the idea and the concept, and then to see it doesn't even make sense. And then in here, you're going to respond to my question. You're going to have a abstract, which in business is for lack of better words, is an abstract is my executive summary in business. And then I'm going to have a recommendation. After I did all this research, ask the demographic, look at the pricing, look at my competitors. And that's what all you will be building this to the forms going forward. So remember, the forms are very important. And then you basically, you'll submit the paper. And now, after you say, hey, this makes a good idea, or maybe not, or I had to do some fine tuning, then you take this information and then you start doing a full-fledged business plan that you'll take me either in the marketing, or you'll take me into small business management, or some other courses, or on your own that you need to have a full business plan. This is only the prelude to a business plan feasibility. Make sure it doesn't make sense. No different than I will do in business. Okay. So what you're going to do? You're going to answer this, and remember, your first post has to respond to me by Tuesday midnight to keep the forum going. Then I may not respond right away, but you're to respond to other people, 2 or 3 other people, 3 different days. So I'm looking for 9 to 10 to 12 posts over the week. And you don't have to do it all at once. You can do respond to me and respond to 1 or 2 individuals are on in the forum, and then you reply. When you reply, hey, that's a good idea. No, I don't think that's going to work. Remember, you're using the forums as a debate, as a focal group, as a feedback, a bouncing board for other students, for other people within this classroom, within this network, similar like you'll be doing in a virtual office. In a business, I have a face-to-face component, and I have a 60 to 70% an online component, or I could have in reverse. I could have my face-to-face maybe 70%, but 30% online. Like it or not, you have to have both of these components to be active within business. So you're learning this skill set. You're going to college, so what you learn here and you're going into business, you already have the technology. I'm not trying to overburden you with technology, but technology is around you. If you look at what's happening now for people who are taking the GED, the General Equivalence Diploma, for those who dropped out of high school, they have to do all hard copy. They have to do it all online. You take your driver's license test, and you have to take the written test. There's no more papers. It's all done online. Get used to this kind of format. Online is here. You're learning online. You'll do well in this class. Just make sure you keep up with the forums, keep up with everything else. Everything else a weekly assignment. Just keep on clicking. I have more than enough information. This is probably going to be one of the most intense online. All my online classes are like this. You will learn. I know when you walk out of here, it's just not taking a couple of quizzes and post one little paper and I'm done. That is not equivalent. This forums and everything else replaces the full face-to-face lecture, no different than when I'm business, and it helps me right at a professional level. None of these, hey you, how you doing? This is a business, this is a college level class. You'll be responding to writing in the college. When you look and you click on the form, when you go into the form, there's a rubrics attached. Make sure you understand the rubrics, and then you should do all right. Because if I click on the form here, let me see if I even have it. I can't click on my own form, but I'm going to go in here. Let me go into the debate forum. I'm going to go around a little bit different ways, and I'm going to click on here. So when you're going, let me go back in here. Excuse me. You go back in here. I'm trying to find out the form. You remember, because as an instructor, I am not always, my view is to view everything. So let me just go in here and I'll go into edit. So when you click on your form, you're basically going to have this. You're going to come in here and you're going to see this rubric. So when you go on click on the form, you're going to go on the rubrics. I just don't have it open. And so if I'm going to click on the rubrics, grade with the rubrics, yeah, yes. Let me open up the rubrics here. Let's view the rubrics. Let me see. Okay. I can't view it. Excuse me. Looking bad here, right? It's just I'm trying to get it from your perspective. Let me do on the forms that you had before. Edit here forums, and I'll do on the other one. So you're grading. Just 1 second. I know it's not looking good. Weekly module. I'm trying to find the. I just go right in here. Now let me go into the modules, page forms. Okay, I turned this off. And if I would be going into your forums, right, let me show you. I'm going to go into grade. This is last week's, right? So most of you have it in here. If I would go into the grade, now see when you click on your form, but you're going to go, let's see, you're going to view the rubrics. I'm very easy on this. So what I'm going to see on the rubrics, here's what it's going to tell you. First post by Tuesdays, we're at 3. You do it by Wednesdays, only 2. You do it by Thursdays, only 1. You don't do it by Friday, 1 poll. So contributes 3 or more on separate days. So many points. Mechanics of writing. Submissions are grammatically correct. There's no spelling, no spell check. Reference to the post. You're just talking about anything else that has nothing to do with the questions or the posts. They're talking about what we're doing this week. I take points off. Creating community. That means you're not talking, not trying to. You're only talking to the same people. We're not trying to encourage other people to the forum. Remember, everything you do online within the forums, I could track it. I could see everything else going. Critical thinking, and then one more in here is going to be how many words. That's going to be on here. Are you okay? So that takes care of my forum. So that takes care of my weekly thing for this week. You're back. Everything starts in week 1, week 2. Go in here. Remember, you have everything on here. Click on it. 20 points, 29 points, 30 points. Mind maps, chapters. You're all set, and you're doing pretty good. This class is going fast. By the end of this week, it's going to be like a pro. Next week, everything is all the same. Everything's weekly modules, and I'll see you. I'm going a little bit longer than I have to, but I'll see you online. And welcome again to Introduction to Business. This is week 2. We're going to be covering chapter 3, 4, and 5. Look, you're already 5 chapters. Remember, you're going to finish. This is like a condensed soup. You're going to finish everything in a faster period of time, so you don't have any social life. But you're done. You get the credits, and you can move on for the next class. Okay, bye.